On that note, we should also count ourselves lucky for being able to utilize them so well. I don't think we've had a single problem linking up.
I admit, it's a strange feeling. It's as if we knew everything there was to know about one another, through and through. Almost as if our bodies became one.
Kinda romantic, don't you think, Lloyd? Risha, I told you my harem days are behind me. I have passed the torch on to Reen Schwartzer. Alright, everyone, welcome back to some more Trails of Cold Steel 2, because, I thought I beat the game, but like within like minutes of me posting the end screen, or what I thought to be the end screen, y'all were like, no, wait, it has a frickin' epilogue and you gotta do that, and it's like, someone said like it's maybe 10 hours, like if you like rush it, but like, it's probably, knowing me, it's probably gonna take me like more, it's probably gonna take me like twice that, to be fair. So yeah, didn't see that coming. I guess, naturally, I probably should have just kept clicking continue, or clicking X or A or whatever, until, you know. But it's like, I was trying to finish the game, because I had to go to work in like a little bit, so I was trying to see if I could finish the game like before I had to, frickin' leave that night. So it's like once I saw things wrapping up and stuff, and then I see like the, you know, the screen that says finale end, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm done, alright, bye, gotta go. Yeah, apparently, no, that's, apparently there's more, so I guess we gonna do that. There's an epilogue, and apparently it's long. $12.05. Okay, so this is, yeah, the following year, a few months later. Imperial territory of Crossbell. So I guess they would have already done occupied, yeah, this was well into the occupation, I guess. I find it funny how, like, there's all this war going on, but, like, only, like, a handful. And when I say a handful, I mean, I can, like, count on my fingers, like, the amount of characters that actually died as a result of this. Like, it's just very convenient that a lot of the casualties have just been, like, nameless, not important characters, you know? Like, the only ones I can think of are, what, Market Manager and Crow. That's about it. And that's just what I can think of off the top of my head. I guess I could have said Osborne, except he's not actually dead, as was showcased in the finale. Oh, and Gideon and Vulcan. Well, Gideon died before the war. This series has some thick-ass plot armor, I'll tell you that. Ah. I guess... Even though the Noble Alliance is basically, you know, disbanded, they still got the Soldats. They can still take advantage of the Soldats, because, you know, yeah.
Are they the Empire's new weapons?
It's not like the Soldats are just gonna disappear just because the Noble Alliance isn't in charge anymore. And that's gonna give them quite the advantage.
How can we compete with something so mobile?
You can't.
There's nothing to fear. They may be mobile, but they're a damn sight easier to handle than that purple devil of Crossbell.
Purple Devil of Crossbell?
What the? Huh? Hello! Incoming at 3 o'clock! What the hell?
Damn. They even got Valamar participating. Well, Reen and Valamar participating. Yes, Valamar, we know. We saw you, like...
Is that?
I kind of feel bad for them, because I'm pretty sure Calvert don't got no Divine Knights.
The Ashen Chevalier. The hero of the Imperial Army.
The area beyond here is Imperial territory. You have no business treading into Crossbell. That was a warning. Try to advance any farther, and I will show no mercy.
Reen out here trying to usurp Arios' title as Guardian of Crossbell. And funnily enough, they're both 8 Leaves practitioners.
All units retreat! We're
freezing! I knew you were the one who ended the Civil War, but seeing you up close, you're really something else.
Not at all. I'm still fairly inexperienced, if you ask me.
Oh, there's no need for the self-deprecation, man. Accept the compliment. You've earned it.
Recover the wounded and any POWs and return to Tangram Gate. Just remain vigilant until the speech is over.
Speech?
Yes, sir!
So they got Reen out here giving orders now. Damn. Divertissement, the occupation.
It's now March 1205 of the Septian calendar. Over 2 months have passed since the Azure tree vanished.
Oh, this is Crossbell. Well, yeah, no shit. But this is Crossbell, the city. We get to see Crossbell in full 3D. At least the station.
So much happened during those months. President Croix was arrested, Crossbell's movement for independence was promptly declared invalid. And before anyone could process what was going on, Speaker McDowell became Mayor McDowell.
Again.
The war in Erebonia came to an end sooner than anyone had anticipated, but it was quickly followed by the invasion of Crossbell.
We get to see Crossbell in full 3D. I mean, well...
Gorelia Fortress, which once served as the only physical link between the two nations, was no more. But that proved to be little more than a temporary setback for the Imperial Army, who acted by flying hundreds of tanks over the state from a vast airship. In no time at all, Crossbell was occupied.
Oh, they probably stole a Cayenne's airship to do it. It could probably hold all that stuff.
The Calvard Republic, which had been wrapped up in its own share of chaotic internal disputes, finally reacted to Erebonia's bold invasion in turn. They began with sending its cutting-edge armored airborne divisions into Crossbell, hoping to force the Empire out of the region completely.
Okay, so they're still slap fighting over... who's talking? Is this Lecter? Oh, that's, I already forgot their names, but the two guys playing who, like, were always playing with Kia. The one that, the first set of kids that we rescued.
Resulted in failure, as they were repelled effortlessly by one soldat after another.
They even got one parked at the special support section.
And today,
frickin'
at Orcus Tower, the new seat of Crossbell's government, the new rulers of Crossbell rose to deliver a rousing speech.
Is this Lloyd? Because at first I thought it was Reen speaking, and I was like, no, it doesn't sound like Reen. It sounds like a, and I was like, it might be Lecter. And I'm like, no, it don't quite sound like him either. I wonder if this is like, because I've never heard Lloyd in English, so it might be him.
Friends and citizens, it brings me great pleasure to stand here among you once again.
Ah, it's so good to be back having you motherfuckers under my heel. I missed you guys.
But even in the midst of such gladness, the specter of the harm Crossbell has visited upon the Empire lingers still. The destruction of Gorelia Fortress and the ensuing civil war it caused has taken a great toll in resources and in lives. The anger, sorrow, and dismay in the hearts of the Erebonian people is still fresh, still too near.
You will pay for the sins of Dieter and the society.
But today is a joyous day, a day to put the troubles of the past behind us. Let us join hands and step boldly into the future, leaving our anger and grief behind. Challenges will rise before us, but together we shall meet them. Together we can rise above the tumult of these troubled times.
Don't rise too high, though. I don't want you rising any higher than me.
Men and women, old and young, rich and poor, those from every walk of life can share in these aspirations. Looking toward that goal, there is someone I'd like to introduce to you today. A brilliant young man who played a pivotal role in bringing Erebonia's civil war to its swift conclusion.
My son, who I didn't parent for fucking 17, maybe 18 years now. I'm so proud of him.
And the individual most responsible for the historic accomplishment that sees me standing before you today.
Oh.
The first Governor General of Crossbell, Lord Rufus Alberea.
I almost thought he was talking about Reen for a second there for some reason. Okay, never mind. I said my son, but what I meant to say was the son that I wish I had. Duke Alberea didn't know how good he had it, man. You want me to adopt you? He even got a new outfit just for this.
Greetings, friends. It truly lifts my spirits to be here among you. I'm honored to have been entrusted with the profound responsibility of acting as Crossbell's first Governor General.
Just take the first blonde dude who was wearing fancy white clothes, send him to prison, and replace him with a slightly younger, blonde-haired guy in fancy white clothes. This one is at least a good fighter, though, so, I mean, I guess it's somewhat of an upgrade.
As I'm sure you're all aware, the division between the nobility and the common people is a long-standing part of Erebonian life. Personally, I stand in support of our class system, but I fully expect that one day it will fade away. After all, if each citizen of the Empire conducts themselves with the courage, dignity, and grace expected of a noble, then what difference would remain between myself and any of you? As I hope for that day, allow me to speak not only as your Governor General, but as an individual when I say, in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Eugent III, I hereby proclaim the annexation of Crossbell into the Erebonian Empire.
Well, at least we know this doesn't last.
May the goddess above stand witness, and may she forever bless Erebonia and Crossbell with the light of prosperity.
Damn.
We've got some real larger-than-life characters in charge of us now.
Ah, there's Grace in full 3D! As well as the other guys that she works with. I forgot their names.
Sure, the Imperial Chancellor's intimidating, but he's so charismatic that the people eat up his every word. They love the guy. I can see why he's the bee's knees over in Heimdall.
The new Governor General's something else too, albeit for different reasons. He's... how to put this? Difficult to hate.
Understandable.
Like, he'd tell you to do something, and the next thing you know, you'd find yourself doing it just to see him crack a smile.
Well, Alberea is the name of one of the top noble houses in the Empire. Top 2, even. No surprise that the heir of such an affluent family would be popular. But it feels like there's more to him than that.
That's what gets me, though. Those two were on completely opposite sides during the war.
Not necessarily, but I guess they wouldn't know that. God, it feels so fucking weird to hear Crossbell characters speaking English.
So why are they both so buddy-buddy now? Very oddly sudden, in my opinion.
You're telling me? By the sounds of things, Erebonians can't make heads or tails of what's going on with it either. But you know how it is. There's so many rumors springing up thanks to the war, It's hard to tell truth from fiction.
Yeah, I've even heard about a 1,000-arch tall castle appearing in the capital.
Basically just Azure Tree, the sequel.
I mean, that's gotta be made up, right? There's no way something like that's real.
You just saw a giant Azure Tree spring up like literally a few months ago.
You've got a real short memory if you think that's bull.
Exactly, I'm a goddamn prophet.
The Azure Tree wasn't that long ago, you know.
Point taken.
Yes, this is the office of the Crossbell Times. What? Representative McDowell will be issuing a statement.
Hmm?
Sounds like something big's happening behind the scenes already.
I'll get to gathering some info on what's happening for our international section. Calvert's probably got some good stuff.
Works for me. Gotta use those connections of yours for something, after all.
Well, see you later.
Our independence came and went like bubbles on the water, and now we aren't even a state anymore.
Yeah.
We're in for some tough times ahead. No, they always say that the pen is mightier than the sword. I won't let those guys outdo me. Chief, let me handle that story.
That's all we of Heiue can do for you, I'm afraid.
Who is this, Sal? Hey, it's your boy! And he brought Best Girl with him.
The guards have been given a little incentive to stay out of your way. You should face no more obstacles in your operation.
Thanks, Sal.
I guess Barrier Discourse is back with a vengeance now. I didn't expect him to be back as soon as Cold Steel 2. I knew he showed up in either 3 or 4, but yeah. I wasn't expecting Lloyd back so frickin' soon. Like, he was literally gone for what, 1 game? He was gone for 1 game. Now he's back.
Think nothing of it. It's my pleasure to play all the cards I can. The place you're aiming for is where all the information in Crossbell gathers, as well as its Achilles heel.
Wait, would the story of Achilles even exist in, like, Zemuria? That kind of implies that there's an equivalent of Greece in the Trails verse, doesn't it? I don't know why I'm fixating on that specifically. I just heard Achilles and I don't know, kind of weird. I don't know. I'm overthinking it, I'm sure, but like whatever.
What you're doing does us no shortage of favors, I'll have you know.
Just this once? I'm happy to hear that.
Do take care, Yin. My apologies. Risha. I've received information that quite a skilled warrior is in Crossbell at the moment.
Green.
As have I. Nonetheless, thank you for your warning.
God, they're speaking English now. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. It's gonna take some getting used to.
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't want anything happening to a valuable future business partner. I believe that does it for me. I'll be praying for your success.
He's being awfully cooperative, isn't he? Then again, it's not a stretch to think he's only doing it because he's got something up his sleeve.
He's an incredibly shrewd man. Most likely, he's happy to do whatever will shine the most favorable light on him once Crossbell's occupation period is over.
True enough. He wouldn't want to screw up his chance to potentially play mediator between Crossbell and the Republic. I get the feeling he'd get along great with Lecter. He's our ally for now, but there's no guarantee how long that'll last.
Azure and Cold Steel 2 specifically, in a nutshell. For that last sentence.
Exactly. It's in our best interest to remain wary of him. Still, if working with him helps protect those I care about most, then I'll gladly do so.
Likewise.
I wonder why Risha, though. Not that I'm complaining, but like, I don't know. It was kind of shocking to see Lloyd and Risha of all people down here. Like, I'd have thought it'd be Lloyd and Ellie, or possibly you know, Tio or Randy, or at least, you know, one of the other, like, core members of the special support section. But yeah, I'm not complaining by any means, I'm just saying. Geofront East Sector. Did we ever visit this? There are only 4, right? I don't think we ever visited this one back in the, back in Zero and Azure. I'm pretty sure it was just A through D.
Tio said to aim for the area up ahead.
Oh, Tio name drops, never mind.
Crossbell's future rests in our hands. So let's get moving.
Right.
You will make your way through a dungeon controlling police detective Lloyd Bannings and Arc and Shield performer Risha Mel. Both link attacks and overdrive are available to them. They do? How'd they get Arcuses? I thought Arcuses were a... Oh, I guess they have some now. Ironically, these are both Master Quartz that I used on Reen and Cold Steel 1 and 2 respectively. Oh no. Lloyd with 0% evasion, that should be a crime. Oh, at least Risha has 20. But seriously. Okay, Burning Heart is a 50% now instead of a 25% like it was in Azure. Okay. Burning Heart is back. Why didn't he get Meteor Breaker? That was like his final S-Craft in Azure. Why does he... I don't know. Risha still has her same thing. I'm curious as to why he got Rising Sun instead of Meteor Breaker, but yes, whatever. Oh. Oh, we got like a whole lot... Okay. This is the dungeon. Whatever.
This'll only take a moment.
Oh, we even got get over the barrier again.
Allow me.
Damn. Hold on, I just realized Lloyd doesn't have his frickin' Encourage or whatever. That's like a Trails protagonist staple. Although I guess he's not the center of attention anymore, Reen is, but I wonder if maybe because of the graphical update, like I wonder if it's because Meteor Breaker was too hard to animate and that's why they just gave him Rising Sun instead. It might be that. The more I think about it, that might be why.
What amazes me more is just how much these Arcus orbments are capable of.
I still wonder, how did they get theirs? Did, like, Osborne, like, once the occupation update, did Osborne just, like, mass distribute them to everyone?
Yeah, they'll be a real asset to us in the future. They're so modern, they're practically still in testing over at the Empire.
I miss the variety of arts I could use before, but in terms of balance, they're much more suited for combat than our Enigma 2s.
Okay, well, alright. Usually, this is for all Trails characters, yeah, usually a new orbment model does mean, yeah, resetting all of the spells and abilities you knew, so yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Well, Erebonia's always had the upper hand on military technology, if nothing else. We should count ourselves lucky that Michel got his hands on them for us.
I thought his name was Michael, his name is Michel?
On that note, we should also count ourselves lucky for being able to utilize them so well. I don't think we've had a single problem linking up.
I admit, it's a strange feeling. It's as if we knew everything there was to know about one another, through and through. Almost as if our bodies became one.
Kinda romantic, don't you think, Lloyd? Risha, I told you my harem days are behind me. I have passed the torch on to Reen Schwartzer.
How, poetic. Sort of like how you perform with Elia on stage, right? That's like being one, in a sense.
Lloyd, I think you just made it worse.
So this is what the Geofront's East sector looks like. This one supposedly had its existence hidden from the general public, didn't it?
That's what Ellie said anyway. It was kept sealed off to keep everything inside strictly confidential.
Okay, so this is a new sector. Hold on, what level are they? Oh. Level 130. I was about to say, it'd be a little awkward if they were like level 40 after all that happened in Zero and Azure. I wonder if we'll get to use the rest of the Crossbell cast too, or is it just these two?
This duct really is narrow.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I might not be able to see anything, but this is pure torture.
Am I even going to need to do any barrier memes at this point, considering it's the battle theme again?
Behold my dance, an illusory offering to departing souls. Sleep, embraced by silver light. Rise!
It does look better in 3D, but I might be biased.
And when you think about all the obstacles we've got waiting for us, I'm nowhere near strong enough to handle it all.
He's trying real hard not to say it, isn't he?
We might not all be able to stay in the same place anymore, but we still need to be able to work together.
So they split up again? Maybe.
Oh.
Well, I know Wazi's gone, because Wazi went back to Arteria, I assume, and he took Wald with him. Wazi and Abyss. So I know at the very least Wazi's not with them.
Is Kia still with Arios and Shizuku?
Yeah, Arios is looking after both of them.
Oh, well, I guess she's in good hands. For now.
They should be okay for the time being. But if the Imperial Army sets their eye on them, things could get nasty.
You know, I might have to burn down all of Erebonia, and we don't want that now, do we?
If it weren't for you, I'd have probably died on one of those landmines, or been hit by that sniper.
I'd forgotten all about those. I have much less of an idea what the cause of this one could be, though.
I can tell you, though, Azure would have been a hell of a lot shorter if that had happened.
I only have a general, vague sense that something dangerous is drawing near.
Could it be that skilled warrior Sal mentioned earlier?
Skilled warrior?
It might be. If all we were dealing with was a skilled warrior, I'm sure I'd be able to take care of them.
Is he talking about Rufus or Reen?
This, though, whatever it is, it feels far beyond my capabilities.
I don't know, they're both kind of got their hands tied right now, so it's like, well, we made it, I guess. Why were we down here again? East Sector Central Terminal Room.
Oh my. This facility would be the center of Crossbell's orbital network, yes?
In a way, the overall structure is far too complex for this to unambiguously be its center, but it's a good chunk. Either way, if the Imperial Army took it over, they'd have instant access to all info related to us on the net. Every Crossbell citizen's personal data, records on our financial transactions, even the layout of the whole Geofront. If we want to have any hope of a future, we can't allow that to happen.
I agree. Why not just destroy the facility itself, though?
That'd probably cause way too much of a ruckus.
It could, I guess. But from what I can gather, it could still prove useful to us once the net's safely back in our hands.
Oh.
So the plan is to leave the hardware itself intact, but wipe any and all personal data the Army could take advantage of.
And that's where that initialization unit Teal made comes in, right?
Right. Roberts and Yona were the ones who actually designed it, though. They wrote the program for it from scratch, too. And that makes things easy on our end. Once we boot up the computer, it'll create a backup of everything we need before wiping it clean.
Initialization unit activated. Confirming connection to Terminal 0. The unit will commence backing up all data, initializing the system, followed by performing a reboot operation.
Bindo ZX needs to do an emergency system update. It will take 3 hours. Please be patient. Damn it, I didn't tell you to spontaneously update when I'm busy.
Are you certain you wish to continue? If so, please press the red button at the center of the unit to proceed.
Right.
Commencing all required processes.
Risha, I feel so smart. We're doing, like, super hacking here. Well, technically, Tio and Yona did all the work. We're just, you know, the messengers.
Nicely done, Lloyd.
It's not like I did anything special. It's funny. Ordinarily, this kind of work would take hours. But this unit will let us get in and out in 10 minutes flat. Those two never cease to amaze, do they?
Roberts and Yona? They certainly are impressive. In the meantime, let's secure the area.
Stop where you are.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's got Altina in tow now. Caught in 4K! Barrier boy!
I didn't sense anyone coming.
Targets confirmed. I presume these must be Lloyd Bannings and Rishia Mao, respectively.
How do they know our names? Hold on. Isn't that Itachi?
Yeah, I'm something of a weeb myself.
Like the one Arios uses.
I'm nowhere near as proficient with one as he is, though.
I mean, you know, with some practice, I'm sure you'll...
But we should be able to handle the two of you at least.
Clown Soleus.
Whoa there, harem boy. Haven't you heard of respecting your elders? Elders, fuck you talking about? We're almost the same age. This reminds me of in Pokemon, when you do Gen 2 and like the champion that you get to fight is actually like Red from the previous generation. It kind of feels like that, except the roles are reversed because you're playing as the previous guy about to fight the new guy. So it's like, it's kind of that same dynamic of old protagonist comes back to fight the current protagonist, but you're the one playing as the old protagonist, and the current protagonist is the one fighting you.
The hell?
A black puppet?
Sorry, but we've got our orders. We can't let you finish what you came here for.
I'm afraid we can't let you stop us either.
We won't let you past.
Confirming activation of combat link.
It looks like more Arcus units ended up leaking out than I thought.
Oh, that was leaked.
Let's do this, Risha!
Right.
Wait till they find out about Mean Reen.
And we can't afford to give them that time, Altina.
Understood. Commencing assault.
I was about to say, do we actually get to play through it?
Let's get this.
I should have saved my CP.
Now's our chance.
I'll aid you.
Allow me.
I forgot I had that proxy puppet. Ah! Ah! Well, he can be delayed. Too bad I don't have anything to delay him with. Uh-oh. Critical and buffed. Critical buffed. Critical buffed. Critical buffed. Critical buffed. Critical buffed.
Activating extermination mode.
Oh, we might die. I forgot about them S-crafts. Oh shit. Oh shit. Altina, more than meets the eye. Altina, Hansu in disguise.
Mission failed.
Damn right mission failed. Respect your fucking elders.
The battle's over, but we aren't safe yet.
Well, actually, they're not. Well, Crossbell and Cold Steel 1 and 2 are like interquels, but yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm surprised. I knew full well Risha would pose a threat, but I wasn't expecting half as much from a simple detective.
You could say it runs in the family. I'm just as impressed by how proficient you are with that blade, given your age.
I've still got a long way to go, honestly. I won't be worthy of being called a divine blade anytime soon.
He doesn't know I was holding back.
Rin, time is running short. I think it's time you stopped holding back.
I'm a goddamn prophet.
I suppose you're right.
What?
Be careful!
What's he doing?
Such negative energy.
Bro needs a confidence boost, Jesus Christ!
Initialization process completed. Rebooting all systems in an initialized state.
We did it!
What a relief.
What should we do?
Captain Lecter gave us 2 orders. One was to prevent the initialization. The other was only to be completed in the event we couldn't. We'll just do that one.
Captain Lecter!
Oh, I knew that motherfucker couldn't be trusted.
It couldn't be the same Lecter from the Imperial Army's intelligence division, right?
How many Lecters do you know?
Heed my call! Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
Uh-oh. They just gonna have Valimar bust everything up.
Holy...
That's not fair, where's my mech?
An ion? No, it isn't.
He really just gonna have Valimar bust everything up.
Wait, no!
Lloyd!
If we can at least get the data out of here.
We'll split our losses this time. Arrest warrants haven't been issued for either of you yet. So go.
Damn it.
Does that imply arrest warrants have been issued for the rest of the special support section?
Just tell me one thing, as I'm sure you already know. My name is Lloyd Bannings, and I'm a police detective with the Crossbell State Police Department. What's your name?
I'm with Thor's Military Academy, Class 6. I'm a provisional military officer with the Crossbell government, Reen Schwarzer. Yes, this is Schwarzer speaking.
He had to pull out Valimar and rage quit on the computer.
Hey, good job on the mission.
Nothing good about it, I'm afraid. I couldn't prevent them from erasing all the data.
It's not the end of the world. You've still got plenty of other options. They're not the type to give up easily, but it'll set them back in the meantime.
Is that so, Captain? You must know them fairly well.
I guess you could say that. They're no pushovers. They've had the odds stacked against them in more ways than I can count. But they've come out the other side every time.
I'm so sorry I couldn't do anything. I had a feeling something was going to happen. But I was powerless when it really did.
Don't feel bad. There was no way we could have seen that coming. Especially that night. It was kind of like an ion, but at the same time, it wasn't. He called it the Ashen Knight, didn't he?
He did. Its power was out of this world. Do you think that was one of the Imperial Army's new weapons, too?
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, it shares some similarities with their soldats, but I don't know. Feels like there's more to it than that.
They should count their lucky stars Crow is dead. Well, if Crow was still alive, Osborn would probably just put him in prison, so actually... I don't think Crow being alive or dead is kind of a... doesn't matter.
And its pilot was anything but normal. Well, let's put it out of our minds for now. We stopped that data from falling into the Army's hands. It wasn't our smoothest operation, but I'd still call it a success. I'm sure Tio, Yona, and Roberts can make do even without those terminals. We can always count on Ellie, Randy, Noel, the Chief, and Dudley too. Even Kia, Arios, Wazi, and Zeit will help us.
They just name dropping everyone.
There are still many barriers left between us and our goals, but we can get over them. So long as we're together.
He finally said it!
Right.
I didn't say right, by the way. I said shut up, Lloyd.
That's the plan. I've played my part. I'll return with Valimar and the train this afternoon.
Why don't you just fly Valimar back instead of taking the train?
Well, if that's what you want to do. I was just wondering if you wanted to go back on the Eisengraph together instead. You two haven't spoken since, right?
Excuse me.
This is where we part ways then. I look forward to any collaborative efforts we may have in the future.
Yeah. Oh, right. Do you have anything you want me to pass on to Milliam?
Not especially.
She gets on my nerves, though. Damn. Like, she just talks and talks and talks and talks some more.
We may technically be sisters, but I am simply a tool. I feel no particular familial bond with her.
Well, you gotta give yourself a little more credit than that.
I imagine that deep down, she feels the same way.
Yeah, but... no. Forget it. Take care, okay? I don't doubt you're going to be sent on plenty of dangerous missions in the days to come.
Understood? Is something wrong?
Not really. I'm just kind of jealous of them, I guess.
It looks like there's more because there's still a continue button, so I guess I'll end it here, and whatever comes next, I guess we'll pick that up next time. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, sub to the channel if you haven't already. I can't even say otherwise Crossbell won't get through the occupation because they tell you in Azure that they do, so it's like, otherwise Altina will bite Milliam's head off for being too much of a chatterbox, and you don't want that now, do you? I'll see y'all next time.